The following stories are inspired by documented paranormal encounters. Some locations and identities may have been changed to protect the people involved. These stories may be disturbing for younger audiences, and listener discretion is advised. This podcast is based on true events. Hi, I'm Brandon, he, him.
Hi, I'm Dalia, she, they.
Hey, I'm B, she, they.
And this podcast is based on true events. Crack it. There it is.
It's funny because I didn't realize Brandon was starting the intro that fast.
And I didn't realize B had a monster.
I was about to crack open my monster as he spoke. So I held it here and waited until he said crack it.
I love the crack of a cola can or something always sounds so refreshing.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, ooh, that's good.
Crisp.
Yeah. How are we feeling here today? You guys are getting your caffeine intake now.
Mm-hmm. So I'm a little disappointed because I just found out through B that a Red Bull has about as much caffeine as a Diet Coke. Is that okay?
That's what I said.
So this Red Bull was free. It would have been Alani if I purchased it because I've been on an Alani kick. I like my Cosmic Stardust. I want to try the Witch's Brew, but I haven't had it yet. Mm-hmm. But I'm a little disappointed that the caffeine is as much as a regular can of soda. Mm-hmm. So there's that, but I'm feeling good otherwise.
See, to me, caffeine content isn't what I go for. It's the flavor. Like everything I do is based off of flavor. I don't really care for a lot of energy drinks. So I don't really care for the flavor of the energy drink for some reason.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of C4.
Yeah.
C4's that's like the only C4 and Bang are the only two energy drinks that actually do something for me. Because I abused caffeine for the longest time. Like 4 pots of coffee type of shit. I abused caffeine.
Damn.
So C4s and Bangs are the only energy drinks that actually do something for me. And I really like C4's got one that tastes like that pink Starburst. That's really good.
That sounds good.
And then I had a blue one, but I forget what it was. I don't think it was it might have just been blue raspberry. Hell, I don't know. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
See, before I met Brandon, I was completely off of soda for 10 years. I would drink my occasional coffee. Yeah. I wasn't a soda girly, but then he introduced me to Dr. Pepper for the very first time. I'm not kidding. That was the first time I had Dr. Peppers when we met. Mm-hmm. And that shit got me a little addicted.
Thank you for taking her to see the doctor.
Of course.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
She became a fan immediately.
But now,
as you should.
Best soda.
Yes.
Coke tastes flat to me now. So I'm very not caffeine deprived, but I think I'm a lightweight when it comes to like that kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah, you're caffeine sensitive.
Yeah.
That's
all.
Meanwhile, I grew up my entire life like my mom's always really liked Diet Pepsi specifically, and so we always had that in the house, and so I try that. So I'm fine with diet things, just not Diet Coke.
I love Diet Coke. That's my favorite drink in the whole wide world.
I do not like the flavor of Diet Coke. People who like Diet Coke love Diet Coke.
Yes.
But I cannot stand it.
It's the fake sugar taste. I love it.
It always tastes flat to me.
Me too.
See, and I don't like Diet Pepsi. I don't like any other Diet Cokes. I don't drink it because it's diet, just like I know you didn't. It's because it was there. But it's, oh my God, I love it for the taste. I want a Diet Coke. I want that fucking fake sugar, that aspartame. Give it to me.
See, I never gravitate towards a diet anything, but I'll have a diet something. I will flat out refuse Diet Coke. I do not like the taste.
I will gravitate to Diet Coke every time.
Right,
which fandom? Sorry.
The Dr. Pepper fandom.
Which fandom do you think is more intense? The
Dr.
Pepper
Diet
fandom
Coke.
or Diet Coke?
Diet Coke for
Diet
sure.
Coke.
Diet
you
Coke
think so?
for sure. Oh yeah.
Really?
Dr. Pepper is more loyal and fun, and the Dr. Pepper girlies don't play about their Dr. Pepper. That's fine.
Right.
Dr. Coke?
Dr. Coke.
Diet Coke? Those bitches will shoot you over a Diet Coke.
The thing is, you can tell what fandom is more intense by which one has the most haters, and Diet Coke definitely has the most haters over Dr. Pepper.
That's funny.
Yep. Dr. Pepper's cool. You can get like fucking subscription boxes with merch and shit in it. We love Dr. Pepper.
See, I actually every person I've met, I associate cigarettes with not Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people who love Diet Coke a lot of times either used to smoke cigarettes or they smoke cigarettes. If it's not cigarettes, it's a vape.
Well, no, it's okay. You could say cigarettes too, because I started smoking cigarettes at like 10 years old, and
That's why people like Diet Coke so much.
2.5 years cigarette
That's why people like Diet Coke so much. They kill their taste buds.
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, it's the same thing with spicy food too.
That's fair.
If you have friends that are smokers and they're not someone who's like sensitive, like in their tummy kind of thing, a lot of smokers eat spicy food because you can't fucking taste anything, but you can feel. So you feel the heat, and that's how you enjoy your food.
You know what?
I was smoking.
I
I was smoking 2 packs a day, and just constantly eating spicy food because it was the only thing I could taste. It ruins your taste.
Holy
Damn.
shit! Yeah.
Your sense of smell too. You can't
That
enjoy
sucks.
it.
Yeah, that sounds awful. Don't smoke, kids.
Yes, don't smoke. It's bad.
Well, vibe checks. How are we doing today?
Ready for a fucking blunt.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Yeah. I ain't smoked all day. I didn't bring my pen
Oh man.
because I was like, I can do it. It's cool. It's
I'll
fine.
leave the Benjamin at home.
I want a blunt
I
so
have
bad.
chocolate in the fridge.
When I get home.
What is that? I know it.
When I
It's
get
special
home,
chocolate.
I'm lighting up. I had a strawberry cheesecake chocolate bar the other day, an edible one.
I hope it
pretty
was
good.
edible. If it wasn't edible, you shouldn't have eaten it.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Sorry, I'm insufferable.
I'm leaving. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Cool. All right, honey.
I'm chill.
Chill.
I am.
You're sitting up more instead of going down more.
Yeah, because I'm trying to stay awake because we have a wedding to go to.
We do have things to do after this. You're
The
right.
opposite is happening. That last weekend, Dalia was slowly evolving into the couch, right?
And now
Today-
she started off
Yep.
too cozy and is like slowly rising.
She is
I'll be
emerging
standing next
out of her
episode.
cocoon.
By the end of all this, I'll be standing up on my tippy toes.
Yep. Done got your outfit on and everything.
Yep.
Ready to go.
I'm good. I'm doing fine. It still feels really nice out. Like it.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have our windows open up top, and I have the AC on just in case for when it kicks in. It's still not hot enough in the house for the AC to kick on. So I'm chilling temperature wise, and like temperature will dictate my mood a lot of times. If I get too hot, my body starts shutting down, like legitimately.
I get pissed off.
I was gonna say I turn into a bitch.
Nothing's funny if my ass is sweating.
No, if I'm at Kings Island, okay, and I'm standing in line for a roller coaster and it's hot, I am the biggest fucking bitch you have ever met and will bitch and nag about every teeny tiny little thing. Don't look at me, don't talk to me, we're gonna stand in this line, quietly play on our phones, and then we're gonna have fun on the roller coaster.
Right.
But do not talk to me while I'm standing in line.
No, yeah, because it's like I can feel myself boiling.
Yes.
Ugh. No, yeah, I get pissy, I get mad, I get short tempered. I don't mean to, but I cannot deal with.
Yeah, you
with
go
heat.
get your feelings hurt if
Yeah.
I'm hot.
Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it, but just don't push the button.
Yeah.
Don't. And then I also get like really tired and like almost not really fainty, but I like start passing out almost like falling asleep standing up. Like
Damn.
the hotter I am, it's like it legitimately feels like I start shutting down like a robot, like no, yeah, it's rough.
I love that.
I cannot get anything done in the heat. But then, like, I do that, but if I go to sleep and it's too hot, I can't sleep. So
Nope.
I sit there mad.
And
Yeah,
sweaty.
really, just mad and sweaty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes I wake up and take like a cool shower in the middle of the night. I've done that before in the past.
Trying to sleep
it's
and you
too
wake up
hot.
with fucking swamp ass.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Ugh.
You feel disgusting.
I'm
You're
glad my
gross.
house is one
Everything's
floor.
gross.
That's the nice thing too. My basement is big enough that there's a queen size bed in there. So if it really is just diabolical, way too fucking hot, there's a concrete basement. Let's go sleep down there.
Concrete basement.
It's nice. Yeah,
Our
it's
way
cool
to-
year round.
The way into our basement is like it's a challenge. So we
Yes.
don't have any usable things down here. But I had a great idea. We have a section in our basement that's actually stand-upable in. I was like, what if we just have
All of it is stand upable for me.
for you? Yeah. Some of us have height.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Some of us aren't a part of the Lollipop Guild, and then
Holy shit.
we.
How tall are you again?
I'm 5'3".
I knew that,
I'm 4 inches taller than you.
and you're short, so like I don't
I
know.
am not.
You're pretty short.
Fucking Paul Bunyan and the Jolly Green Giants right here are starting to piss me off. Right.
But I was like, what if we just put a big table down there and we made like one of those like Halloween Christmas town things with the train that goes around it and everything?
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Wouldn't it? I'd be like, hey guys, come check out my really creepy basement for the coolest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. I think we should carpet that bitch down there.
I would love to, yeah.
Or at least a rug.
At least.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, most of the basement I have to like double over in, so it's mainly for storage.
Sucks to suck.
I guess so.
I can climb, but you can't get any smaller.
That's fair. You know what? That's valid. That's fair. Talking about fee-fi-fo-fum. All right. You guys ready for my story today?
Mm-hmm. Yes, if you're done bullying me.
We'll see. We'll see. So
nothing could be worse than Dalia just looking at me and yelling, "Fucking hick." That will always...
Oh, that stuck with you, huh?
Oh, yes, it really did.
Oh,
it
no.
Really did. And I love it. Don't apologize. Okay. I love it. I love it. All right, I'm done interrupting.
So, not all hauntings are immediately apparent. Not every story begins with seeing an apparition. Some, if not most, true stories of hauntings start with small things. Things that are easy to dismiss as happenstance. Things that, as they build up, can make you feel and sound crazy. Trying to bring them up to people because, on their own, they just seem way too normal. But that doesn't mean that all these little things can't eventually lead to bigger and darker events. As told by the show A Haunting, I bring you the story I call Nightmares and Necromancy.
Sexy, I'm here for it.
1991, Belleville, Illinois. 34-year-old Cindy Saro has lived in her current residence for the past 2 years. But tonight, she just can't shake the feeling that something is wrong. She wakes up from a nightmare that she has been having a lot recently. A nightmare of something following her through a house just out of sight. A nightmare of something that wanted to kill her. Even though she knows it's just another bad dream, Cindy can't help but go through the house making sure that the doors and windows are locked after waking up. And checking on her 2 daughters, Christy, 7, and Brooke, 9, before she tries to go back to sleep. Cindy is a stay-at-home mom, while her longtime boyfriend, Jake, works the graveyard shift at a chemical plant in St. Louis. Brooke appears on the episode and recounts just how close the family was when she was growing up. They all felt like nothing could tear them apart. One day, Jake comes home with a big surprise for the family. He thinks he just found their dream home. Both Cindy and Jake grew up in Caseyville, a rural town at the base of the Mississippi River Bluffs. For months, the two had been talking about moving back to their hometown and raising their family there. And Jake managed to find a house for sale right down the road from Cindy's mother. And while they are really financially strapped for cash right now, and the house would definitely need some work done, they could just barely afford it and decided to go for it. Who knows how long it would take for an opportunity like this to come around again, after all. Cindy was grateful to be living near her mother, who was suffering from a degenerative disease. She just wanted to be close to her to be able to help her out whenever she could. On moving day, Cindy was starting to unpack the kitchen while Jake brought more boxes in. Cindy says that one of the cabinet doors over the counter just randomly fell off of its hinges. While she was shocked, she just assumed that it hadn't been properly secured and put it back on herself. A few minutes later, it fell off again. Jake promised he'd fix it later, and Cindy went about unpacking, wondering if what they had just gotten themselves into with this house. That would apparently need even more work than they had thought if the cabinet doors were just falling off like that. That night, Cindy is helping her daughters set up their new room when the overhead light starts flickering. Cindy sighs and tells the girls that she's going to try and find another light bulb. Brooke remembers that their bedroom felt really eerie and that they both felt like something was extremely wrong with the house in general. As the lights flicker again, the girls run down to their mom, not wanting to be alone in their new room. When asked what was wrong, all they could tell Cindy was that they just, quote, didn't like their room. They just didn't know how to vocalize the uneasiness that they had felt since nothing had actually happened to them. They didn't know what was wrong, they just knew that it was. But after being reassured by Cindy and chastised by Jake that they were too old to be afraid of their own room, the girls agreed to attempt to sleep in their new room. After this, Cindy takes the girls up to take a bath, but when Brooke goes to turn on the faucet, a disgusting black liquid pours out instead of water. Cindy calls Jake, disgusted by what she was seeing, and Jake suggests that it may have just been due to how long the faucet sat unused. After lamenting over just how much work the house needed, Jake tells Cindy to go relax and that he would put the girls to bed. That night, as she's walking down the stairs to turn off the lights before bed, Cindy is hit by an overwhelming sense of deja vu. As if seeing her house for the first time, she realizes this is the exact house that her recent string of nightmares had been taking place in. She felt really afraid, but what could she do? They had just sunk the rest of their money into that house. And there was no way Jake would let them just throw all that away and move just because of an eerie feeling. She tries to get Jake to play hooky from work that night, but no dice. She and the girls will be spending their very first night in the house, alone and creeped out. Later that night, Brooke reports waking up nearly every hour and feeling like there was somebody in her room watching her, but she was never able to see anyone, just felt like it. The following week, a repairman finds the source of Cindy's electrical problems. He said that apparently somebody had purposely turned the wiring around in the electrical box, like it was wired backwards almost.
Damn.
A few weeks later, Cindy finally begins to feel settled in her new home. For Brooke and Christy, though, they kept trying to sleep in their parents' room because they were just too afraid to sleep in their own room. One night, Cindy allows the girls to sleep in her bed while she sleeps on the sofa downstairs. And during that night, Cindy starts hearing creaking and footsteps throughout the house, loud enough to think that someone might have broken in. She grabs the fire poker and checks around, but only finds little Brooke, getting a drink of water. Definitely not heavy enough to make the footsteps that she was hearing, though. That following night, Cindy calls her mother, Anita, to see how she's feeling. During the call, Anita can sense some tension in Cindy's voice, and Cindy is almost about to voice her concerns about the house when the TV in front of her suddenly turns on. Cindy ends the call with her mother and turns the TV off, feeling a little bit shaken up. However, as she starts to convince herself that it could have just been an electrical glitch of some sort, as if to say, no, the TV turns on again on its own. With all the strange things going on in the house since they moved in, Cindy begins having trouble sleeping. Her nightmares are plagued with shadowy, cloaked, hooded figures following her around her house. She would also start waking up to feel like someone was staring at her, and she wouldn't be able to get back to sleep because of it. She starts to feel extremely on edge and jumpy. Noticing this one morning after getting home from his night shift, Jake suggests that they go out and do something, just the two of them that weekend, before heading upstairs for bed. Cindy, spirits a bit lifted now, going outside to get some gardening done. That was a weird sentence. Cindy, spirits a bit lifted now, goes outside to try to get some gardening done. However, while digging in her flower bed, Cindy feels herself get pushed hard in the back and lands hard face first in the dirt. When she turns over and looks around, she can see nobody else in the vicinity. And it's not like they have neighbors close by. They're like one of the only ones on that road. Shaken up, she heads inside, not sure if she wants to wake up and tell Jake what just happened or not. She can barely even believe it herself. She sits on the bed and wakes Jake up to tell him that she doesn't think that she can live in this house anymore. Confused and groggy from sleep, Jake at first tries to console Cindy as best he can, even offering to get an alarm system, which Cindy refuses. Jake states point blank that they do not have the money to move out of the house and begs Cindy to give the house a little bit more time, to which Cindy says she can't do. This causes a bit of an argument with Jake, frustratingly asking Cindy where she thinks they're going to come up with this money, and Cindy saying that she'll just figure it out. She'll try to figure it out. This argument was witnessed by Brooke and Christy, and Brooke says that seeing her parents argue like that really hurt because she can't really remember them ever doing that before moving to the house. Later that night, Jake is at work and Cindy feels desperately alone. She doesn't know how to tell Jake what's been going on without sounding crazy, and she really doesn't want to alarm the children. She knows that they don't have the money to leave the house and that doing so would uproot the children a second time. Weeks pass and the strange activity continues. Although Cindy is not a religious person, she finds herself praying on a regular basis. One day, she even puts up a picture of Jesus on their mantle in hopes of it bringing a bit of protection to the home. Immediately after putting it up, though, she hears Jake's voice coming from close by. "Cindy," he says. She looks around but doesn't see him. She would think he would still be in bed after his shift. "Cindy, come here," she hears Jake's voice call again. With nowhere else to look, she goes upstairs only to find Jake still fast asleep in their closed bedroom. She turns away to head back downstairs when all of a sudden, she feels her face get covered up with something for a moment, as if someone is trying to suffocate her. She pulls a pillow away from her face and slumps down in tears against the wall outside of her bedroom. Hearing her cries, Jake bolts awake and goes to her, asking if she was hurt and what had happened. Cindy now tries to tell him that she thinks her house is haunted, to which Jake vehemently denies. "Ghosts aren't real," he tells her. "There is nothing in this house besides the two of us and the girls." Naturally, this causes an argument, but Jake ultimately says that they've sunk all their money into the house. They weren't leaving, and that was final. After this, Cindy starts calling different churches to try and get some help with her house, and not a single one was willing to get involved. Finally, Cindy is able to speak in person with a priest named Father Thomas, who, after hearing her story, theorizes that the happenings in Cindy's house may be demonic of some sort, and offers to do a blessing of the house. Though he will need some time to fast and pray before he conducts it. Cindy is very thankful for Father Thomas gives her a Bible to take, telling her to read Psalm 91 whenever she is afraid, claiming it will protect her from evil. That night, Cindy anxiously waits for Jake to come home, keeping herself calm by reading the Bible she was recently given. When Jake pulls up, Cindy notices that it's taking Jake an abnormally long time to get into the house, so she goes to see what's wrong. When she opens the door, she sees Jake standing right outside with a blank expression on his face and holding an axe. As he raises the axe to swing down, Cindy slams and bolts the door. She then proceeds to call the police as Jake continuously drives the axe into the front door, hacking it open bit by bit. By the time the police made it to the house, Jake had just nearly chopped through the door, or chopped enough of the door down to where he could almost get inside. Cindy says that was not her boyfriend that night and believes that Jake was possessed. Because of this, she does not press charges, but she also does not let him back into the house. Jake moves in with his mother. An hour after the police take Jake away, Brooke and Christy come home from a movie they had been seeing with friends. After asking about the door, Cindy tells them that their dad would be away for a while. While the girls are scared about being without him in the house, Cindy assures them that she's working on getting things back to normal. Later that night, Cindy cries alone in the darkness of the bathroom, not knowing what to do next. She gets up to turn the light on next to the bathroom sink, but when the light hits her eyes, what looks back at her in the bathroom mirror was not her own face, but the gray, withered face of an old lady. The lady's white hair hung like smoke around her face as she screamed at Cindy from inside the mirror, causing Cindy herself to scream and run from the bathroom. She immediately called her mom to tell her that they needed to come over immediately. She said she just needed to grab the girls and she would be over. Just as Cindy ended the call, Christy walks into the room. Cindy told Christy to go wake up her sister and that they were going to Grandma's house for the night, but just as she was about to grab a couple things, she hears a deep, gravelly voice come from Christy. "You are nothing. No one can help you." Christy then shakes her head and looks up at her mom in confusion. "Mommy, how did I get here?" Cindy cries as she holds Christy before rushing to grab Brooke and drives them to her mother's one-bedroom apartment. That night, while sleeping on the couch at her mother's place, Cindy has a dream of being in her house. In the dream, the walls melt away, and she stands in a clearing near a group of hooded figures standing around a fire. Cindy doesn't understand how, but just knows that she was where the house was supposed to be, just in a different time. She sees symbols and a vision of a coffin being dug up nearby. After telling Father Thomas about her dream the next day, Father Thomas tells her that it sounds like she witnessed a ritual of necromancy, a form of summoning a spirit, demon, or human soul to enter a corpse, and thinks that that may be the reason for the demonic activity in her house. Father Thomas says that he will be able to perform the blessing the next day, but says that he has something to ask of Sydney that she may not like. Father Thomas says he needs Cindy and the girls to be at the house during the blessing, saying that they needed to confront the demon in order to make things work properly. It being their house. Mm-hmm. So the next day, Cindy, Christy, and Brooke meet Father Thomas at the house. During the blessing, Cindy follows Father Thomas around while praying silently to herself. Soon, the blessing is over, and Father Thomas takes his leave, telling the family that he's just a call away if they ever need them. That night, feeling relieved to have the house finally free of evil, or so she thinks, Cindy and the girls move back into the house. As Cindy sits at the kitchen table, she feels the hairs on the back of her neck rise. As Brooke walks down the stairs, she suddenly feels something grab her and raise her into the air. Cindy hears Brooke and Christy scream and rushes in to see Brooke pinned to the wall above the staircase. The lights start to flicker in the house as Cindy starts to scream at the demon to let her daughter go. Brooke drops to the floor as the lights in the house continue to turn on and off, faster and faster. As they all pile into the car and peel out of the driveway, they can all still see the lights quickly turning on and off all throughout the house. Cindy and the girls move in with Anita, Cindy's mother, until Cindy can find a buyer for the house. Cindy and Jake are unable to bridge the rift between them and decide to go their separate ways. Cindy begins working at a local hotel and eventually saves up enough money to purchase a new home for her and her girls. Jake maintains a relationship with Brooke and Christy, seeing them on weekends. Over time, Cindy and her daughter's lives become peaceful once more, but even 15 years later, they still have nightmares about what they've all experienced in the house. The house remains empty for quite some time until a couple from out of town buys the place, and within a few months, their daughter encounters an evil presence, and the family quickly moves out.
Jesus. That place still standing?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything to the contrary, and I have no way of, finding it.
That's terrifying. Especially when the 9-year-old is pinned to the wall of the staircase.
I have a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do y'all think of that one?
I think I'd be trying to swing on something.
Swing midair. Swing in air, yeah.
And the boyfriend with the axe, terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd do if Brandon started acting like that.
No, and
you getting shot.
It's
Sorry.
it felt so out of nowhere, which
yeah.
I agree with B. That should be
Yeah, it's now if I know you, you're not. I'm not. Words are hard. I'm not going to lethally shoot you.
Right.
But your kneecaps,
but
gone.
I think at that point, even knowing that's not me, I would rather you keep yourself safe as much as possible. Do what you need to do for sure, no matter what happens to me.
Because imagine if she didn't shut that door. If he came to after murdering her.
Yeah.
Murdering the kids, even.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it felt so out of nowhere too, because throughout the story, at least how it was told, and how it was presented in the show, Jake was very supportive. It felt like it was very yeah, I want to do this for our family. Even the arguments they were having about the house, I can understand his side because there's no money, how are we gonna do this? Not believing your wife is not a move I would make, but or I guess girlfriend.
Right, because if we don't have the money, we don't have the money. That's one thing.
Right.
But you're not going to sit here and play in my face and call me a liar. Are you
for sure. Me? Absolutely. And maybe it was less of him trying to call her a liar, more of him trying to comfort and soothe and be yeah, this is what it is. But that's not how that always works or comes across.
Right.
I'm diagnosed with a different kind of crazy. I know what the fuck I saw.
That scared the shit.
Was this the second episode in the row that B has dropped their phone, clattering to the ground?
It's either I dropped my phone or I hit the mic with my boobs. Although by the looks of it, I think I did that too.
Well, no, yeah, no, it's crazy. In the episode, I do want to point out, she has a thought that the smothering of the pillow might have been Jake as well, under some sort of mild possession.
Yeah, shit could have been.
And which it very much could have been. But she also remembers her being the only one in there and him coming out of the room to her. So either way, the fact that it can move a pillow enough to try to smother you, that's too much power. That's too much.
Or hell, the power from it pushing
The push
her.
is too much, yeah.
That's, yeah.
And
pinning a child to the wall.
Yeah.
And it does go to show just how scary these things can be from, like... Because what I said in the beginning, that is true. Like, not every haunting starts off, like, bumps in the night and everything. Sometimes your keys will just go missing. You're like, oh, I misplaced those. Sometimes something's just moved. Sometimes it's like, oh... this cabinet fell off the wall. I guess it just needs replaced. Like, we explain all these things away, and then sometimes it just builds up and gets worse, you know? So, yeah, it's a scary concept for sure, but, like, it really did feel like... And I know we're never going to, but to hear Jake's side of things, I really would love to hear if he had felt any kind of change in himself throughout that.
Yeah.
If he had felt himself getting angrier for no reason. If he had, like... felt something.
Does he remember doing it?
Does he remember anything? Yeah, like I want to know his side of that. Like, was that a conscious thing from like a pileup of so much negative energy and anger?
What was his mom's reaction?
No, for sure.
To being kicked out of the house because he tried chopping the door down.
No, because if it were me, my mom would not allow me back into the house.
Oh yeah, mine.
She'd be like, absolutely not. You can have a 10 on the fucking lawn, but you're not giving. What do you mean you attacked Dalia? That's how it would be.
My mom would
Absolutely
be mad
not.
that I wasn't in jail.
No, for sure.
Fuck you, mean? Press charges on that bitch.
Yeah. No, I do like the move of like, possessed or not, you're not coming back in this house. You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good move.
Mm-hmm.
And like, obviously they were able to mend their relationship. I don't think I could. If somebody attacked me with an axe, I don't think we'd ever see eye to eye again.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like,
if you were in his position, would you think it'd be better to black out and not remember it, or would you have rather remembered it? And
I would rather black out because I can just imagine the look of terror. I would rather you be mad at me for the rest of my life and me not know why.
Yeah.
Versus having that vision in my head.
No, for real. Because like having that in my head, I don't think I would ever not be able to blame myself. I don't think I'd ever be able to be like, that was something controlling me. There would always be something in my head like, no, that was you, man.
Especially if you're someone who has seen the look of true terror on someone's face.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun.
Right. All right, you guys ready for some pictures?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do this thing. We have got... There's the folder. So, the first picture is of Cindy and Brooke, who both appeared in the episode to tell the story. Cindy is the one on the top and Brooke is the one on the bottom. This next picture is of the depiction of the old lady that Cindy saw in the mirror the night after Jake attacked her.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
And
my mirror's getting punched.
No, for real, yeah. Because what the fuck do you do? Like...
knee-jerk reaction.
Mm-hmm. Fight or flight, baby. Fight or flight. Or
and then this last one is the depiction of the nightmare she had depicting this so-called necromancy ritual. So this is what this looked like to her.
Damn.
All right, then.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Very, very much so. I agree.
As someone who's very interested in the most normal way possible,
in the most normal way possible,
cults and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm very interested to see what were they doing? Were they just actively summoning demons? What was happening there?
Right. What was the goal here?
Right.
But yeah, that's my story today. Dalia, what do you have for us?
Oh dear, I believe I have.
Oh bugger.
I believe I have 2 stories today. Is that what you have written down too?
Let me check. I believe it might be.
Yes, I do.
Well, it doesn't matter what I have because, yes, it is.
Okay. So, I have a burp coming on. Give me just a second.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Usually she doesn't even warn us. She just does it.
Yeah, well, I didn't want a long pause before my story. And
That's
you guys
fair.
be like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Right.
Okay. So, this next allegedly true encounter comes from Reddit, and I've actually named this one Seances and Screams.
We both have an and story.
Yes. So
my story has an and in it.
Oh, that's great.
And
we had the come episode, now it's the and episode.
Yep. So this is we're diving right in. I don't have much of an intro.
No, let's do it, yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it.
I'm ready.
That's my line, right? Okay, so hello, my name is Jasmine, and when I was young, the home we lived in had some strange events take place. I must have been only aged 3 to 9, somewhere around that age range, until we moved. Where to start? Rather than it all happening in one major event, it was a series of them. Of course, I myself don't remember all of these experiences, so I have the assistance from my grandmother, who frequently visited, and then my father. I'll start from the least horrifying, which was probably when my grandma and I heard the back door of the house open, close, and then we heard the thud of footsteps going into the kitchen. My dad has a specific sound to his walk, at least to me, and those who know him well. Instantly, I heard it, and yelled out something along the lines of, "Daddy's home!" to my grandma, who was right next to me. She had heard it too, and had guessed the same. We walked down the long hallway and approached the kitchen. We didn't need to open the door, and as there had been no one, and you could clearly see that no one was in the room. The thing made it so strange was I know my dad's walk, and my grandma and I could have sworn it was him, but alas, nothing was there. The second occurrence, not based on timeline order, happened right outside my bedroom door. There had been a carnival in a nearby town, and we had been there the entirety of the day, and nobody had been home. We had a great time until we got home. In that house, there had been a roof space, and right above my bedroom door was where the door to gain access was. My dad, although an air conditioner mechanic, had no purpose to be up there that afternoon. But nonetheless, when we arrived home, the manhole, or trapdoor, so you know how attic doors are, how they're up in the ceiling?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Leading to the roof space was wide open. It just so happened that I'd been the one to notice. Of course, with me being so young, if he told me the truth, I'd have gone to heaven, hell, and back again. So I got told a simple yet believable lie from my father. "I'd been up there earlier, darling." One of the scarier events to happen was my dad constantly, and I mean constantly, coming into my bedroom asking me, "Did you just call out for me?" "What was it, darling?" Of course, I hadn't called out to him at all. He swore, however, that he'd heard someone, or possibly something, calling out loud and clear for their father, but it hadn't been me. On many occasions in the night, well after my bedtime, he would hear what he thought was my giggling, but only to find me fast asleep. This happened over a number of years. The thing is, though, similar to me mistaking his steps, he'd mistaken my voice. For what? We've never been sure. My dad had, although nowadays he probably regrets it, performed a fair number of seances in the house, and they had had consequences. I'm sure you're all familiar with the idea of sleep paralysis.
Oh, yeah.
She put a little edit in here. She said, "Edit, I know sleep paralysis can't be taken as 100% proof, but this has only happened once, and the same night one of the seances took place."
Damn, alright.
Okay. The idea of being glued to your bed, unable to move, speak, hardly even breathe, only being able to watch some kind of entity looming over you. At least for the majority of people, but everyone experiences this differently. My dad had never suffered from sleep paralysis until this point, and he's never had it happen again either. But the one time he did, he says it's still such a vivid and terrifying image, clear in his head. He said the closest thing he could think of to describe it was the Scream painting. So that'll be the Scream painting. That's my photo for the day, spoiler alert, but I'll be sending that in the chat here soon. But it wasn't just standing there, slowly approaching him at first until he snapped out of it and went back to sleep. But soon enough, it happened again. This time, leaning right over him, once again, he snapped out of it. Then, as they say, things always happen in threes, and this case was no different. It happened again, this time, a pressure on his body. Finally, he snapped out of it for the final time, although he was too afraid to go back to sleep now. Instead, he went and turned on the 2 lamps he had in his room, and took out his book of Psalms, and began reading it around the house. For protection, of course. After that, he stopped all the seances, but I can't guarantee it ever went away. or if it was even the seances that caused it. As prior to the event, and still continued after, I would occasionally wake up with bruising on my legs, although thankfully it was never too serious. Even more evidence to some sort of entities being in the house. My grandma's dog, whom we were looking after at the time, was decently sized bull mastiff. It says X Ridgeback, so I'm assuming it's a crossbreed Ridgeback.
Okay.
Stood up out of nowhere in the middle of the night when my dad was half asleep on the sofa. He began growling at the doorway, presumably where one of the entities in the household stood. He would not go to any closer than when he already was, and simply stared and growled. That, of course, woke up my dad, who calmed him down and began looking around the house. The dog was not impressed and didn't want to leave his current position, no matter what encouragement my dad gave. So I believe animals. I don't know about y'all.
No, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the story. Any thoughts?
Where did you say he had these seances?
In the house.
Yeah. So maybe rule number one: if you need to do a seance, maybe don't do it in your own house.
I'm a practicing witch, and I do everything outside.
Yeah.
Unless I'm specifically doing like cleansing or a
Right.
protection or something like that for inside the house. Everything is outside, just in case I fuck up.
You know what? And valid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mainly a white / green /
I'm a
kind of
green witch.
eclectic.
Yeah.
So I do everything here because I don't like leaving my house.
No,
So I'm a
understand.
homebody.
I understand. I like to, because I'm a green witch, I like to be in the earth anyways.
Well, like,
While I'm doing what I'm doing.
I mean, that's fine. My whole thing is like seances specifically are usually for like communicating with
Yeah, I wouldn't
beyond
do that
for,
in my
like,
house.
for lack of a better word, sometimes summoning forward because you're calling out to something to come to you to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that in your own house, especially when you have children.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The dumbassery.
When I call on elementals, I'm outside.
Right.
Not.
Which, like, that makes more sense to me anyway. So, like,
Yeah.
outside in, nature and the world. No, also the image of the thing from the screen. Like, go ahead. Yeah, you said that's one of your pictures today? Or
that is my picture.
Yeah, go ahead and send that, because, like...
So, for the foot of the story, as you know, the painting that OP was talking about, The Scream by Edvard Munch. For those of you who may not know what we are talking about, and are audio-only listeners, it's a pretty iconic painting of a sort of distorted figure with hands on their face screaming.
I don't like the idea of something that looks like that coming at me in the night.
Mm-mm.
It reminds me too much of, like, It Chapter 1, like the movie. Like the remake they did of It, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of, what is it, Eddie's fear coming after him, that painting
Ew.
thing. It reminds me of that almost,
that
just how distorted
the
it
lady,
is.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's a little fuckedy too.
Fun fact, I've never seen any of the It movies.
We
Why not?
gotta have a movie night.
Okay.
We love them.
Yeah.
Did you say why not?
Yeah,
Oh, I just never sat down to watch them.
that's fair.
I think you'd like them.
I like both the miniseries with Tim Curry, and I also like the new ones that came out. She finally got me to watch them. I kept saying I'd watch them, and then years went by.
Yeah.
I prefer them, weirdly enough. Hot take.
No, yeah.
But
I think they're closer to the book as well, and also, like, they are very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Tim Curry one's good. It's a classic.
No, it's
I
good,
love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some Tim Curry.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Do you have a second story for us?
yes.
I once again forgot that I had a second story. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. Okay. So this one, this next allegedly true encounter, comes from Reddit, and this user has been going through a lot.
All right. Well,
So this set of encounters will be fittingly titled "Help Me."
great.
So let's get into it.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just gonna go to the
go for
POV,
it.
okay?
Yeah.
Let me preface this by saying that prior to 2016, I was very skeptical of the paranormal.
Shock.
I don't remember much about my childhood prior to the age of 8,
Trauma.
but according to my mom, I was seeing things for a while. The first clear memory I have of seeing something unusual was about the age of 9 when I was in the children's home in the Black Hills in South Dakota. I was alone in the commons room and I was sitting on the couch doing things when I noticed something unusual. I noticed a porcelain doll wearing a pink and white dress with shoulder-length dark brown curls. I saw her start out in my shared room before dashing into a doorway kitty corner to mine. I didn't think much about it because for a very long time I thought it was normal until now. I started having vivid nightmares after that involved my parents and siblings dying.
Oh, jeez.
One dream will always stand out to me because I had my first dream about the end of the world at age 11. That's so me-coded because
yeah,
I had fucking dreams like that so much younger when I was younger. I didn't see any images, but I heard it all, from metal being twisted, helicopters flying, and people screaming from being murdered.
That's almost worse.
After that, not much else happened except the strange feeling of always being watched, even when alone at home. I moved out of my foster parents' house at the age of 19, but I was forced into a group home because my depression had gotten severely out of control. I shared a 2-bedroom apartment there with another woman, and we were sitting in the living room when we both heard a guttural, deep growl coming from the kitchen, and I did my best to debunk it. I began to feel more watched, and frequent attacks began to make me an insomniac. I wasn't there quite a year when I moved out of state with my boyfriend to start fresh after a tragedy occurred at home. Things escalated quickly in my new home with 2 visits from shadow men.
No.
I woke up one night to a man standing over me, and though I couldn't see any detail because it was so dark, I just had a feeling about what he looked like and what his name was. He wore a red and white pinstripe hat, and he was in his late 30s, early 40s, and his name was Charles. I was so scared that I immediately turned over to wake my boyfriend, but when I turned back, Charles was gone. The next visit came with a different man, but I didn't get the feeling of who he was or what he looked like, and again I turned to my boyfriend, and again he was gone when I turned around. Our house was brand new when I moved in, and the noises I heard at night were not the sounds of a house, and I stopped sleeping entirely. I tracked things I couldn't see, but I couldn't just feel them there, and some presences were kind, but many were bad. I continued to see and feel things for the next 2 years, and I recently tried sharing my story through several avenues. None worked. I tried to share my story a couple of days ago here in Reddit, but it refused to cooperate. I felt anger all around me that day after I tried to share, and when I got home, I felt the anger stronger, especially in our bedroom closet. It was so strong that I asked my boyfriend if he could feel the energy in our room, and he couldn't. I was worried about being attacked, and I mentally talked the closet into staying there, all while feeling my back on fire. So I have several questions that I hope can be answered by the right people. Why am I seeing things? Could it be because of mental illness, or could I actually be psychic? Do I have an attachment that has followed me my whole life, or am I just paranoid? I have already ruled out schizophrenia because I display no other symptoms, and other people have agreed with that assessment. Please, if anyone can help me, I am open to answers, because I feel alone and I feel afraid every time I go to bed because I have scars from the scratches I've received. So a user commented on this post. They said, "Can I ask, what made you a skeptic in the first place? I mean, if you saw things like that since you were little," that is an incomplete sentence, he stops there.
Right.
And then he says, "Did you have friends telling you it was all bullshit? Because that's what happened to me." OP replied, "I felt that as a Christian I shouldn't believe people's spirits can return as ghosts, that they were demons looking to fuck with people. I just felt I had to deny who I was to protect myself, though I'm still not sure from who or what. I also felt that anyone I could tell would tell me I was crazy and never speak to me again. For a while, I just thought everyone saw and felt these things, like many bad things before. I don't remember when I realized that when I was seeing and feeling things was different from everyone else. But from that point on, I watched paranormal documentaries to feel somewhat sane for a little while.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's... Well, at the very least, Charles followed the rules.
Mm-hmm.
He was gone. None of this other stuff, though. None of this is good. No, that sucks to be at a place where you're like, look, I need help. I don't know how to. And no, yeah, it's. I don't know.
The helplessness.
Yeah, I don't know what to even offer up at this point because like you're already going or you're already trying to deny everything like as a defense mechanism, as a coping mechanism, basically through religion. What do you like suggest for something like this? Because for me, I might just start trying to reach out to any kind of like healer or anything that like, no matter the religion, that says they can like, that says like we can try to help with this at the very least.
Yeah.
If it's a guarantee, I don't trust them as much really. And like, I don't know.
Do we have any theories as to what's going on here?
I almost wonder if she's just sensitive.
Yeah, it feels like that. It feels very much like a sensitivity and also be just happening to be in wrong places.
Yeah.
Like, it still sucks and it's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because, like, people can be sensitive and then be in places that, like, not all this is happening to them. And they just happen to always be in the one where just the worst shit, you know?
Yeah.
So, for this story's photo, I present to you what I kind of think the doll looked like. Remember the doll? The one...
I'm blanking. Why am I
beginning
blanking?
of the story.
That's probably why I'm blanking.
So, the part of the story that I am referencing is... I was alone in the commons room, and I was sitting on the couch doing kid things when I noticed something unusual. I noticed a porcelain doll wearing a pink and white dress with shoulder-length dark brown curls.
I see.
I saw her start out in my shared room before dashing into a doorway kitty corner to mine.
Yeah, no thanks.
Ooh.
Next.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
I don't like dolls the best of times.
I like dolls. I have
Well.
porcelain dolls. I am also a doll.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Protect the dolls.
Protect the dolls.
But that bitch don't look right. My porcelain dolls are cute. That
shit don't...
That bitch belongs in the mental hospital.
That wasn't the exact photo that was provided. I'm just
Okay.
kind of guessing. Still.
Its eyes are painted on. Like, there usually are, but its eyelashes and everything are painted on, which I think... And they're...
My porcelain dolls have,
Lashes.
yeah, they have
Everything...
lashes, yeah.
Everything... I think I know what's causing, like, the uneasiness about this one is everything about the face is asymmetrical.
Yep.
Like, nothing about it is symmetrical at all, down to, like, the painting of the lips, the eyebrows, the eyes themselves. They
Kind
all...
of like an actual human.
I don't know about that.
Well, actual humans' faces usually aren't symmetrical, is what I mean.
My face is asymmetrical.
Well, yes, but, like...
Say, if you look at mine, you can see how, like, this eyebrow is significantly higher than the other one. This side of my face, it's up a little more. No,
you make a point. That's fair. But for a doll, you know what I mean? Usually you don't see that. Usually it's all like a uniform thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not uniform like a doll. It's asymmetrical like
right.
a human.
And that causes it to be like an uncanny valley type deal.
Yep.
And that's why I don't like
That's
it.
what I was trying to tell you.
There you go. All right, yeah. Sorry, I got there eventually.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
One moment at a time.
All right. Well, damn. I hope everything is going well. How long ago was that? Do you know? Because I hope they're doing better now. I hope they're able to get some kind of help.
Well, they were a child with the original encounters.
No, yeah, I meant like at the time
said,
of posting.
I don't believe it said.
Okay.
I don't know how long ago it was posted. I didn't record the date.
That's fair.
Go
that's
online
fair.
and look.
That's okay. Like that's not important. I just hope that if some time has passed, they were able to get some kind of help or like, you know. anything,
Answers.
really. Answers, yeah.
We want answers.
Answers. Well, speaking of answers, B, what is the answer to making us feeling less creeped out today with your story?
2 chihuahuas, a joint, and a stranger.
With your story. That's
the
story?
That is the name of the story.
All right, I am excited for this one then. Let's do it. All I can see is 2 chihuahuas smoking a joint.
I want to, there's a comment that I want to read first.
Okay.
And then I want to go on and read, just because I feel this comment got an award and I feel like they definitely earned it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It says here, love and kindness are quiet, whereas evil is loud and bombastic. So we feel there's nothing but evil when the truth is love and kindness are revealed in tiny ways, just like this a billion times a day, cumulatively more powerful than the banal evils of the world.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Was
I
that
had
a
to show
quote
that.
from somewhere? They just wrote that because
they wrote that 25 days ago. Here
What
you
the
go.
fuck?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I mean, no,
I
yeah.
want that
like,
tattooed.
Right.
I mean, we have, like, because it's known that, like, we usually remember the bad things that happen to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's so easy to think of, like, that as, like, again, big and bombastic. Because, like,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it is, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yep.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. 2 chihuahuas, 1 joint, and a stranger I'll never forget. I took my 2 chihuahuas, Coco and Pixie, to the park the other evening. They're both tiny and both act like they own every square inch of grass they step on. If you've ever had a chihuahua, you know exactly what I mean. 5 pounds of sass and a body the size of a shoe. We found a quiet spot under a tree where I could sit and have a moment. I lit a joint, took a slow breath, and let the dogs roam within the leash's limit. Pixie barking at literally nothing, and Coco trying to eat a leaf like it's a 5-star meal. A woman, maybe in her 60s, wandered by and paused when she saw the dogs. Chihuahuas? She smiled, already reaching into her bag. I had 2 of them. Mine were named Taco and Bubbles. I laughed and I told her my guys' names, and before I knew it, she sat beside me on the bench. Just 2 strangers bonding over our love of neurotic little dogs and the chaos that they bring. And she asked if she could pet them. And when Pixie actually let her, a miracle, she teared up a little bit and said, I haven't touched a chihuahua in 2 years. Lost both of mine during the pandemic. They got me through the darkest days. I offered her the joint. She looked surprised, then laughed softly and said, sure, why not? I haven't smoked since I was your age. For the record, I'm 40. It was a compliment, and I'll take it. So there we sat, 2 humans from totally different lives, passing a joint, petting 2 ridiculous dogs, sharing stories about loss and love and the wild way dogs and weed can heal a heart. Before she left, she said, you're doing a great job with them. You can tell they feel safe. I don't know why, but that broke me a little, and sometimes you just need a stranger to notice. So yeah, thank you, Taco and Bubbles' mom, for sitting, for sharing, for reminding me that the world still has quiet kindness tucked in unexpected places.
I will say, Chihuahuas get such a bad rep.
I fucking love Chihuahuas.
I love Chihuahuas.
My aunt, she always had them.
I have cousins who have a Chihuahua, but they also have a bunch of kids who don't give a shit about that dog, and so it's very like not it does not vibe with the actual family. But it knows it's safe with me. It'll let me pick it up. It'll let me carry it. It loves me.
Little rat dogs.
And that's the thing is like a lot of Chihuahua hate comes from the fact that Chihuahuas are prone to like lashing out when they're not respected, and nobody wants to respect a small dog.
Right.
And it sucks. And it's like
treat it like a toy.
Like
and it's not. That's still a creature.
Yeah. It's a similar vibe with cats where like there's a level of consent that goes into it, and that's why there are people who don't like cats.
It's the same thing with short people too.
What are you looking at me for?
That's why we're so mean.
Oh. Look what I do! I don't manhandle short people.
Like, you didn't look at me and call me the fucking leader of the Lollipop Guild earlier.
I can bully you.
I don't even think he called you the leader. I think he said you were a member.
Yeah, you elevated yourself to leader status.
Okay,
that's on
so
you.
I'm not even good enough to be the leader.
I didn't say that either.
Got it. Member, my bad.
All right.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Mwah.
Mwah. All right.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Dalia's turn.
What about your
For
picture?
what?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I panicked. What do you mean?
Closing us out.
B's like, let's do it. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Picture. This is just a really funny picture of a chihuahua I found.
I was
That's so cute.
He's got a little pink croc on his head wearing it like a hat. And it's the cutest
got
thing
Daisy
ever.
and Donald on the
This is the
croc.
most tired looking chihuahua I've ever seen.
I'm gonna be honest, I whole ass Googled funny chihuahua pictures,
As you
and that one took me out. So I was like, all right, you're coming with me.
I was really hoping it would be a picture of a chihuahua, not gonna lie.
It was
You're
a picture
mine
of a
now. What
chihuahua.
else would it be? A joint?
A joint?
A chihuahua
Hey.
smoking a joint would have been probably the most accurate picture.
I thought about it. You know how many pictures of quote-unquote stone chihuahuas I passed? That I was like, damn, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
However, the croc on that little head, I had to.
I think
cute.
I think chihuahua might be
Chihuahua.
I think a
That's
chihuahua
how I-
might be the dog I would expect the most to smoke a joint
Yeah.
and get stoned.
Yeah.
But that's how I remember how to spell chihuahua.
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 Chihuahua. Chihuahua.
Sounds Hawaiian almost, vaguely.
All right.
Give me. Okay.
Well,
Am I
I
doing
guess.
socials?
Yeah, I guess
Your
B
turn.
has declared. Go ahead.
Okay,
You're goddamn right.
socials. Let's see. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, but not Twitter because
Fuck Twitter.
True that. Now you can find us anywhere that you stream podcasts. You're listening to us now. Drop us a like, rate, review. That helps us greatly. And of course, if you have any encounters yourself, send them to TPIBOTE@outlook.com. If it's a creepy encounter, address it to Dalia. No H. If it is a wholesome, heartfelt story, address it to B, 2 E's. All right, and who wants to close us out?
I guess I'll do it. Okay. Well, once again, thank you guys for listening to this episode. I love doing this with these girls, and it is always just a real delight. And we hope it's just as much a delight for you as well. But as always, thank you for listening. And this podcast was based on true events.